Dude, I don't know why this needs to be said, but like towards the end of the war, like there was multiple people being like, "Hey, like nobody's targeting their healers. Hey, nobody's targeting their healers." And then like right after that, we all started targeting their healers. And like, did you notice how like shit started turning?
But that's
Well,
been
yeah,
said
yeah.
for
We
that's
should
been
do
said
that
for
from the
since the
start from
beginning
now
of
on.
time.
That's been our issue in every war
Yeah.
recently.
Oh, I mean, okay. So here's the thing. If you compare what it is that purple does to what we do, purple literally don't fight on the point. They push off the point and they get into the back line. They take the fight to the back line because they know that we have to respond to protect the healers. So what we need to do is instead of trying to fight on the point, we need to push past the point. Don't worry about the point. We'll get the point after we start killing them. But we need to focus the healers because if you're concerned about taking a melee fight and wanting to fight somebody, you're going to get that fight if you go on a healer because they're going to call for melee to come to you. You're going to get that fight wherever it is, wherever it is that you're on their healer. And their healers are hopefully in their backline. So it's going to pull people off the point naturally and we're going to be able to put people on the point. And the thing is like I'm literally sitting there watching their healers just they're just not even moving. They're
They're
sitting in
just free
one
cast.
spot.
They're just
They're
free
literally
casting.
sitting in one spot free casting. And people are trying to kill their tanks and their DPS. It's just never gonna happen. Healing is just too broken in
And
this game.
like also, I do want to say like you might not like know every healer in their team, but like at this point you should know the big names like Chadwick, Rescue
Rescue
Divers, Aurelio or whatever the fuck the name
Aurelia
is.
Shrine.
Like you should know
Oh
those
no,
names.
Aurelia.
Like
Yeah.
they're the people in Outpost
You
Rush that are like naked dancing around you, like killing you. Like you should know those names.
So two things. Plan like I don't know what you guys are doing, but they said there's 6, 7 people. Like you guys, I'm gonna say this because I'm an asshole, but you guys are wasting my fucking money. If you don't come to fucking listen and play, like don't join the war. I appreciate the people that showed up. I do, I swear. But like come, like listen, bro, and come early. And this is for everyone. Like I swear to God, you have a plan, bro. I will be there. I will show
I
up.
mean it's not
It
so
is
the thing
that.
is
It is that
I know,
because
but
people aren't listening. It's the same shit, bro. We had the same fucking cover. I just looked at 10 hours, and we had the same fucking like. What do we have to do for that shit to be understood? The fact that we're saying majors need to get bopped, like that should be. Why do you think I don't run the Vanguard? Because all of us, all of you, I'm saying this is the best thing I'm gonna say about you. All of you are fantastic fucking duelists. Every single one of you, I fought with you many times. That's why I don't do the Zerg. That's why I said don't worry about point. I want the first guy, which is the tanks on the point. Everyone else should be worried about fucking them up, flank them. The whole point of that thing. So I can't sit there and say, hey, the whole point was that to have 1-2 on point, 3-4 collapse around, take out the healers and the mages, and while 2 holds the front of the lit. Healers are on. I even said like before the war, I explained this all, and I explained it again. And the reason, and I have to explain this shit like 15 minutes before the fucking war. Like that's absurd. Like the money that like not just my company, Green, Nova Soon, and
I mean okay,
Sabo,
so
like you're wasting money if you're not showing the fuck up and listening before that. Like that needs to be said, and this is for every leader. I know you feel this way because I've talked to you guys. You're just not saying it. This is why I'm always the asshole, because I'm the one that's saying it. You're wasting money if you're not showing up early. We're not all in the same company, but we're all the same faction. We all, at least I give a shit whether you win or lose, because I see it as
I mean
wasting
we don't
your not just your time, but the people in your company's time. Like
it's
I'm
not
like
so much
legitimately
but
pissed. So go ahead, though.
it's not so much about having to show up early. It's just we
It
need
is.
to get people into the back into the mindset of performing the role that they are given in the war. Like
But people
so I'm
can't
gonna
listen
like
1 and 4 and 5 and 8 be on these points, and they can't listen to that. And you're saying it has nothing to do with the fact they're showing up 10 minutes before the war, bro. Sesame Street. I
no
learned this
so
shit at 5, bro. At fucking
okay
5 years old, and you're like, I'm bro.
but the
15
main
motherfucking
issue
K is gone from my company, and the
one of
time
the
that I ran the influence, and the 3 previous fucking times that I didn't even
yo
get to
I mean
bid on the war. Like,
we've literally all felt it. Like
oh,
we've literally
I
all
know
been
you. I'm
there
just
and
saying,
it's
I'm the
happened to
only
all
one
of
to
us.
express it, and
So I
everyone
know.
should feel
And so
this
what
way.
I'm saying part of the issue, like I know that everybody is gets excited. Everybody's, you know, it's fucking fun when everybody is in such close proximity to each other when we're in the war and shit like that. But when Hero, when Drudge, when Brainsy, when me, when Havocor, when we're trying to explain the strategy of what's going on and 20 people are dueling, there's obviously no excuse to not know what's going on. That is the reason right there. No, people, you're just not paying attention to what it is that we're asking you to do. And then 5 seconds before the war, you're saying, "Well, what's Group 4 doing? What's Group 2 doing? What are we doing?" We literally just spent 15 minutes explaining what it is we want these groups to do, and it's fine. Like, yeah, if you want to duel, that's fine. You can duel before, you can duel after. Like, if you're coming into the war, you need to be ready to actually just pay attention a little bit more than we are right now, because obviously purple is shitting on us. There's reasons for that. We're fucking around in these pre-war meetings as if we're doing what we were doing in the beginning of the server when we are just steamrolling them. It's
Bro,
not happening
we
anymore.
had
We need to
48
be.
hours, guard, and it's not just this war; it's multiple wars.
I
And I
know,
and I
but
didn't get to
listen.
experience this from the position that you have a core, and I'm assuming Drudge. Drudge is the leader. I'm sorry if I'm incorrect on that.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, you're good.
no, bro, fuck. What are y'all
Yeah, so
doing?
you're
What are y'all
experiencing
doing?
you're experiencing it now, but what we have all been already through many times before,
Push them into
and
the
like
first line and sign up right fucking.
you had a lot of like input before when you were in the position to experience like what happens when you are doing shot calling and people aren't responding. The thing is, people are responding, but they're not responding organized. They're just people are going in one at a time, dying. People are going in fighting 1v3 instead of focusing healers. People are fighting the first guy they run into, trying to get the point. You don't have to do that. You can fucking dodge past them, get yourself into the fight further down. We're letting them push us off point, and we're letting them take the fight to us in our backlines. And we should just be finding a way into their backline.
Like
And
the
like honestly, a huge issue right now is the fact that we don't have regular players who play regular positions in the wars. Everybody's always switching around. People are kind of molding themselves into these positions now where like Brainsy's running musket, Effected's running musket, Dick Moon's running musket. Like we're starting to get these people who are running the roles that they are starting to regularly have. But the problem is we just don't have enough of them. We have 4 musket players. We
Yeah, I'm only running
purple
musket because
purple
we have such a fucking lack of them, honestly.
Exactly, exactly, and that's exactly what Affected's doing. Affected wasn't running musket either,
yeah, he
but the
wasn't.
fact that we were so lacking on it, he literally switched over to play musket because we just didn't have those players. You go into an
Same.
outpost rush game, you are literally going to get sniped by 10 to 15 purple players all game long. It's the
Fucking
most
annoying.
annoying shit in the world, but they will literally just sit on a rock and snipe you all game long. And we have 3 of those. And then when we get into the war, they've got 10 people on siege who are shooting a cannon, getting off using musket, getting back on the cannon, shooting a cannon, getting off using musket. Like they are just suppressing us across. Like Rad said, we're just losing across every single position right now. We're losing in tank because people don't want to respec before the war. They want to run in sword and shield and whatever secondary it is that they have at the time. Even though if you want to be on point, you should be running sword and shield and hammer, because almost every single ability with hammer will give you fortify, making you tankier and harder to kill. Sword and shield is naturally going to make you tankier, but it's just people aren't willing to sacrifice the 200 gold it takes to respec and get yourself into a position where you're going to be more effective in the war. Like people are just so content to run in there with the PvE gear because at the end of it they're going to get their gold, they're going to get their chests, and in the end it doesn't honestly affect them too much because they didn't lose anything respecking. Whereas if you respec, you lose that 200 gold. You're gonna get it back at the end of the war anyways. You're gonna get that money back. You can just respec back. Yeah, maybe you lose 200 gold if we don't win or whatever it may be. But you give us such a better chance of actually winning if people are spec'd into the right shit. Like when we're running these like these supposed tank squads and people are getting wiped in 5 seconds, that should not be happening. We're literally battling their tank squads for 10 minutes and they're losing 10% of their health. So it's like it just there just needs to be a more commitment from the people who are joining the wars. Like if you're gonna join the war to win. Don't join the war to play a war. Like join the war to actually
Something gold.
do what you need to do in order to help people win. Like Hero has respect. I've respect. Affected respect. There's so many people have respect. We just need to get more people on board with actually doing that and agreeing to commit to the role that they want to play in the war. Like if you want to be a musket, be a musket. Say something. Just commit to that role. Like people, I understand. Like you want to swap around and you want to use all these different weapons because they're fun and shit like that. If you're gonna run a great axe, that's fine. Run a great axe, but put yourself in flank where you can go and you can harass them. Run Great Axe Hammer, whatever it is that Ripity's running. Like if Ripity's running it, fucking pay attention because he puts so much pressure on them that their healers are constantly scattering. But if that's one guy doing that and we don't have squads dedicated to doing it, that's the reason why they just sit there and get the heals off so much because they have more healers than the people we have putting pressure.
Just to add to that point, when I first started healing, I only healed for 500k. The moment after I found out I did shitty in the first war I healed ever, I messaged and asked every single healer, what am I doing wrong? Like, what can I do? How am I doing targeting? Like, low T's one of our highest damaging DPS, and nobody talks to this fucking little dick motherfucker and ask him what he's doing. Like, it's shit like that. And if someone's tanking a million, ask them what they're spanking. Like, hey,
No, and like honestly, we need to squash the infighting shit right now. Like literally, we're only making ourselves more dog shit by fighting with each other. Like so many people got upset about me and Hero giving each other shit. We literally talk shit to each other 24/7. We give each other shit constantly. It's like literally nothing personal. We're literally just bros. Like some people are just getting so offended at these little things. Like if people can't take the trolling, then I'll tone it down. But honestly, like there's literally nothing personal about it until you take it personally. Like no one is attacking anybody personally. So and
That's true.
that's like
Barty and I
all
were
like
talking shit to each other earlier, dueling right
yeah,
before the war, warming up a little bit.
Me and Ripity are calling each other pussies and shit like that, literally killing each other. Like don't be so sensitive. Like we're all here because we chose the faction that we wanted to play on. Like there's no point in making it weak amongst ourselves. Like we need to play together in order to be a strong faction. Like that is one thing that we're also causing us to lose is like people are just not willing to come help each other out. Like whatever for whatever reason, I'm just gonna say right now, people are saying that I told people not to go to Brightwood. That's absolutely not the case. I wasn't even online that day in order to tell people that.
I don't know who
Was
said that.
I was completely offline. I was offline for over 24 hours because I had in-laws in town that I was spending time with.
and you were
It's
fishing
not like
that,
I would
and you were
it's
fishing
not
that
like I
weekend.
decided not to go to Brightwood because I don't like ghouls. I've gone to every single war that I've possibly been able to. I've missed 2 wars maybe. And it's nothing out of like ill intent to anybody. It's just the fact that I can't be on the game 24/7.
Figure it out.
Yeah, it sounds like you need remote desktop to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I do play remote. I literally play Steam remote while at work sometimes to help people out.
You can set up any desk for free, man. Like help you out.
Um,
Steam Link
like
seems
like
even better.
like in all honesty, so like there's a first light war. And if we're really about this shit and we're gonna help each other, sign up now and figure it out. And so we can set this shit not 10 to 15 minutes before the fucking war. If you got like
What?
you gotta make turkey or you gotta like change a kid diaper or something, like understandable. Like but these things are set 2 motherfucking days ahead of time. There's so much time to set up sign up, excuse me, yourself for any particular war. And again, I'm gonna personally apologize to Drudge, to Havacor, to fucking to Gar. I did not understand how setting up late, even though you knew I was gonna show up, affected like how you set up shit. And then like I've been trying, like you guys have seen me in chat. I've literally went and spent hours on that field looking at this shit. And the musket thing, I would like to ask you more quickly. You guys basically said it would take 3 people on um steady shot, whatever it's called, the Neil shot. It'd take like 15 shots, so 3 people could take out 1 siege, from what I'm understanding, if you focus it down. So what you can do is have 3 people focus that shit down, the other 2 protecting you by hitting the other snipers that are trying to hit you while you're trying to hit the siege. That's one thing.
Give that a try.
That's so because if it takes 15 shots and we all start building rampart, bro, I have 200 armoring. If you have some shit
So
you want me to make,
yeah,
I'll make that shit. I swear on there, I
if
will do
yeah,
my best.
you have to mine the fucking what's the
Shock
stones called?
spires or whatever.
Shock spires. You have to mine
Yeah.
shock spires. You get the craft mod
How
called
around you
I'll check right now.
Thank you.
If
Sliver
anybody's
of
gonna do it,
Thunderstone.
if anybody's gonna do that, that's gonna be Heroes, Hunter, and Gatherers. Like that's the
Yes,
real
my
talk.
whole company does that. I'm not joking. If you need it, I
I'm
got it
not
right now.
I'm not bullshitting. I'll pay like 500 gold per sliver of Thunderstone if you get them.
Second, I'm looking right now for you.
Yeah, they are very rare. I didn't find one. We bought this musket off the market. So
What is it? Do you know what it looks like? At any chance?
Okay,
Sliver of Thunderstone idea.
before we get too off topic here, one thing I want to note here is pre-made groups is definitely how we're going to up our game here. I've said this for a bit, but if you know people you want to be in a group with in a certain role, that is how we'll up our game. Roles more or less stay the same as on defense, and they fluctuate a lot on attack. And whoever's attacking can decide what groups they want on attack. But please try to like make pre-made groups to sign up for this stuff.
What do we need?
Another thing that we can do in order to become better in the wars is queue for outpost rush. I literally see only the same few people from the faction in outpost rush every single time. And it's no coincidence that those people are the people who are on top of leaderboards for healing, on top of leaderboards for damage. Like, get in the outpost rush. It will literally make you a better player in PvP. There's
Hey,
no
what,
question about it.
Gar? What do we need, dude? Because I'm willing to respec. I don't give a fuck, dude.
What are you running? Well, we can
Well,
talk
I
about
need
this
the
later.
mage
Let
right
Havocor
now.
finish.
Okay, can I let's put it this way first. Right now, we need everything solid, and we don't have anything solid. So I'd rather you play your best weapon, and we'll try to fill in the gaps once we have a more set base. Because right now we don't have a set base. We don't know who's going to be in any war. Sometimes we struggle to find 8 tanks, and sometimes we have 15 of them. Like it's all over the place.
Just like he had Drudge had fucking like
I mean,
20 healers, but no deep.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm leveling everything, but the problem is I don't have armor sets for everything.
Exactly.
And like ideally, I'd like to,
If you
what I
don't,
mean,
so
have.
here's the thing. If you don't have armor, if you don't have a good set of armor, go grind PvP missions in Great Cleave and get the 520 set of armor, because that
Amazing.
520 set of armor is going to give you so much out of it that you're not going to be able to get trying to find other shit, or it's going to be more expensive to buy other shit off the market. When you can just go run Great Cleave missions for a day, you can get an entire set of 520 armor, and you're instantly going to be much harder to kill. It's not as broken as it was before, and yeah, void gear is better, but for the moment, that is probably the second best gear that you can reliably get. And if we don't have people that are running that right now and are running a hodgepodge of things, that's another reason probably why we're getting wiped so quickly. We just don't have the ability to stay alive as long as they do.
I'm gonna put up a poll as well. Let's get another boot camp going in Vanguards, because there's a lot of players who want to get into PvP or new 60s and stuff, and we can actually train them and get them experience in duels, get them geared up in their builds, kind of like perfect for PvP,
It,
and all that kind
another
of stuff.
I like that
one
idea a lot.
one more thing that I want to bring up, because Brains is in here, Drudge is in here, Heroes in here, Havocor's basically the last governors. Icarus is in here. The last governors in this faction are in this chat right now. Literally, like, organize gear score runs with your guys, like getting them to that point. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, gear score doesn't matter, gear score is so boring to run gear score with your guys, because it's naturally going to help find them better gear. When new DLC lands, it's going to be they're going to already be able to get that better fucking gear score item right off the bat. Literally every single night, me and my company run the entire elite chest and elite boss circuit from Reekwater to Shattered Mountain every single night at the same exact time. Every single
Everyone's
night,
welcome.
I have 25 to 30 guys there every single night, and we're fucking grinding gear score because we're trying to get better gear to be able to contend in these fucking wars, because we're getting shit on. Like, there's no sugarcoating it. We're getting absolutely fucking shit on every single war. When we're not taking a single point until they fucking take off all their clothes and they're naked, that's embarrassing, bro. That's exactly what they're trying to do. They're literally trying to demoralize the players.
Wanna kill said he's represented too. For his company.
Yeah.
So Havoc, I have a suggestion for the boot camp too.
Hmm.
As much as like the 5v5 PvPs and all that is great,
Oh,
it's kind of sucks
terrible.
right now because of the
Terrible.
fucking nameplates and all that shit.
Yeah.
I think like a lot of the ways you guys describe in the pre-war, like around the point and people need to be going to take the flank groups, and like we're going to be going through here, we should be rotating through the ramparts, like you're describing that. But I think for a lot of people are visual learners, so I think everybody that you bring to those boot camps, I think we should literally go outside and go through some of the things that you might consider absolutely basic, or some of the stuff you're talking about there, and just have people seeing exactly what you're
Yeah,
talking about.
100%. Like I know last boot camp we tried to run, we had like 2 people who weren't in every single war ever, and like that was it. So we didn't have as much people that we were actually gunning to get. But yeah, next time we'll go over more of that war stuff. Also, purples were outside. That made it a little difficult.
Yeah.
So Killa is making a good point right now. I don't know if he's in the chat right now.
He is.
I'm in here. Yeah.
Oh wait, you're California?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so Killa
Recall.
is making a good point. Bo is getting buffed. Bo is actually going to be cracked. It's already pretty cracked. It's going to be even more cracked. So if we
The,
can actually implement that into like our army composition, we need to figure out a way to do that. Like poison, that poison shit shreds armor. If I'm
dude,
not
it's
mistaken.
not even the poison shit. Like straight up, like I was watching a video today of this dude, and I think he runs like 450 decks. And what's the shot where it pierces? Dude, he's hitting people for like literally 10k. Like he's literally one-shotting people in
Yeah.
outpost rush. Like it's fucking nuts.
And imagine doing that on point where they're all grouped up together.
You're talking
It's
about
like
piercing shot.
Yeah, piercing shot. That's
Yeah,
the
I've
one.
been
It's
preaching
like
that
it's
for a while.
fucking broken, dude.
Oh yeah, it stacks up more people it goes through.
Yep.
Fucking amazing.
And if you hit the head, it staggers stuns.
Yep.
So I said that. You're watching my stream the last 2 days. I've been like talking about it, and they're talking about it. God have it. Different points about different things. I talked to my guys. I already have people raiding muskets. I teach them how to use bows and fucking pole arms. I don't know what the fuck spears. Spears are getting fucking buffed, and they have huge amount of presence because they will knock you the fuck down. Like, and not just one piece. Like everyone they swing at, knock them down.
in each company, I mean, like it's time to start delegating. People need to start taking on positions of being able to teach the new players who are trying to get into the wars what it is that they need to do, what it is that they need to respec into. In Nova, Sakos is basically our tank guy. He's the one who's going to be responsible for letting everyone like if you've tried to duel Sakos before, dude is just insanely tanky. Like his job is then to teach the rest of the people in the company who want to learn tank. His job before wars being a tank lead is to distribute food down to the tanks that are going to be in the war. Same thing with our mages. Those our mage lead probably going to be rad or low. You don't have to have one. You can have multiple, but just so long as people understand that they should be collaborating with each other on builds and shit like that. And then also when it comes time to go to war, have those people distribute the foods. You have a chef in your company, have them make all the food, and instead of putting that responsibility on that one person to distribute food to 50 people, have that one person give food to the 8 different group leads that you have, and they distribute it down. So that way it's much more efficient. Everybody's make sure to get the food that they need, whether it's constitution food, focus food, whatever it is. If your healers need focus food, I literally gave the shells, the healer in our company, the cook in our company also, or one of them rather, I literally just gave her a recipe for 40 focus. So if you're a healer, before any war, you need to be getting that food because you need to be using it. It's
Yo,
gonna make
California can make all the 40 foods too, minus the Constitution ones. Anytime I'm online, like hit me up. I'll fucking make you that food.
so
I have
that's
a lot of good recipes.
it's just another way to make us more of a contender in the fights. Like we need every little advantage we can get at this point because we're outnumbered. It's just that's just the truth of it. They just have so many more people. When we're running PvP missions, it takes us so long to run them. It takes them like half as long to get it completely down to zero just because they have the numbers. Running the PvP missions is more of a grind for us because we have to do it more often than their players do because they can rotate people through it. And if we're doing that constantly, it's going to burn people out. And if we're not winning wars and we're losing wars and we're trying to fight back and we're losing and losing and losing, people aren't going to want to do it. Like we need to start taking all the small advantages that we can.
How do the
Or for
war
the
times
weapons.
get set? Defender chooses, right?
Defenders too.
Defend.
Offender
Yeah.
chooses.
So this was an early time of day.
Really early. If it was my choice, I would have said it at 8. 8 would be the point where most people get on. Go, I signed up for your war, by the way. So,
I know. I'll put you.
I'm
in
on my
already.
way to go sign up.
I'm probably gonna organize the roster tomorrow.
So I
Mostly.
I have a couple questions from Spanish point of view. So Rip, how I didn't even get to call like the moment that, like, I'm not gonna lie, like I got pissed the moment you told me there was only 7 on that side, and so like when we were on, so I'll say from my perspective, obviously it's on video. We're doing fine, but a lot of people are playing back. They're playing back and they're chasing people, and then some people are like naturally peeling off for our tanks, right? Um, and then when guards like, there's only 7 people over here, like where the fuck were those other people? And like why, like were they just on
So the
my side?
so basically what's happening is they're dying. But the problem that we have is when we respawn, I don't know if it's just that that players aren't purchasing them or aren't using them or what, but haste potions are literally the key to winning these wars. If you respawn and you have to walk to A from the fort, that takes you like 25 seconds. If you haste pot, it takes like 12 seconds. It's literally half the time. Maybe even less than half the time. It's actually so insanely more efficient to get that haste pot and get back on point because we can't spawn on point like they can until we capture it. And they can just keep continually spawning there. So as soon as they wipe some of us and it takes a, you know, 30 seconds for us to get back on point, they have the time to wipe the rest of us. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Another thing,
that's
an-
the essence of staggering our own spawns and also
another
wiping at one point and going to the other point.
well, another thing too that we need to start doing more often, and I tried to call it out during this war, we need to drop mines in between the points because all they do is haste in between. They just haste from A to B to C. If you drop mines close to those points and they try to haste through, they're going to hit that mine. That AoE is going to slow not only them, but the 5 other people around them who are hasting. And that 13 seconds that it gives us as an advantage on the point, we wipe the people who are on the point and we stagger them coming into the point because they're coming in slower, and then we wipe them after. And then their spawns are what become staggered rather than ours becoming staggered. But the fact is, we let them literally just rotate between the points for free, and they just go from A. They can go to A to C without being molested. They get there in no time because they just haste pot. But as soon as they hit one of those mines, as soon as they hit, even our mages can do it. We don't even have to put down mines if we don't have if you know if you don't have enough money for it. If you're a mage and they say okay, they're starting to rotate off A, put yourself in between A and B and put down an ice storm. Put down an ice wall. It will literally slow. It will knock off their haste. It takes 1 tick of damage. And if we can slow them down, it's going to give us so much more advantage in actually capping these points.
All right, I'm out, guys. But yeah, we can do better.
Gar,
It just takes a bit more
hold on,
coordination, a
hold
bit
on,
more
don't
work.
leave, don't leave yet, don't leave yet.
Alright.
The one more thing needs to be said, and again, I'm always had to be the asshole. Like, bro, if you see someone fucking up of a plan that's being called by this current fucking person who spent hours and money and time, I'm sorry, you have to say something. Because those people should not be. There was plenty of random people that I could have got, even if they were fucking 50, that would have done what the fuck they were told. If you see people fucking around with your company's time and money or other people's, speak up. Don't let me or anyone else waste that shit. I'm
But the
gonna say it.
problem is,
It doesn't.
I mean,
No, there's too. God, we had. If I, who is disliked, had that much people sign, even if it was late, that means there's enough people. And you and I both know, including um sorry, Drudge. I keep calling him. I call you Bud for some reason. Drudge, Wanna, Rip. They have people that are growing, and like I'm already taking the mantle, like you said, from my people. I have the only weapons I don't have are the mage ones. That's why I ask so much fucking questions. That's why I probably hate them. I'm teaching them, and if you watch us when we do the Everfall run, I'm teaching them. This is how you stun. This is that. That is this. Like,
the problem with that though is we don't all understand what everyone else is doing. So I
but
can't look across the
simple number.
field.
No, I understand it, but I'm saying if you're bro, if you're by you saying that you had 7 people, right? Like, and people are fucking around and not listening. Like that's the plan's blown up from the start. You understand what I'm saying? That's like
It
there's a
it
reason
gets
why
more complicated
you
than
call
that.
offsides before you fucking hike the ball, because the motherfucker's not in the zone. If they're
It
not
gets
in the
more
zone, there's a
complicated
problem.
than that because calls get changed so frequently. People can be on the other side of the map when then the call gets changed to go to A.
From
Like
the giddy up,
like
Gar. It was from the start. This is not a call made mid game. Like I at one point I literally was just like shut up. I was healing and looking to see who was fucking around. because at that point I knew people were fucking around. The fact that bro, 20 people, okay, because 5 times motherfucking 4, because apparently people can't realize 5 through motherfucking 8 is a number. Like, that's the problem in itself. That's what I'm
Well,
saying. And
that goes
those
back.
people have to be called out, because if they're fucking around, if I'm gonna waste 15 fucking K on Everfall, I don't want you in my fucking war. And I hope everyone else feels the same, because people are growing and we are a shitty server. But guess what? When those mergers happen, that's gonna change the dynamic. And if you're fucking around, I don't have to deal with you, and there's other people I can replace you with. That's what the fuck I'm saying. I don't
But
even really like healing, but I switched for that shit just because you guys needed it. So if I'm willing to do that, you should be willing to do that. I would never show up to any of your fucking wars fucking around, bro. On God, and I've proven that. So don't do it to mine, and please, out of respect, don't do it to other fucking people. That needs to be said, bro. And if you see something and you want to download, fucking talk to me. Don't do it on stream. I guarantee you, they'll never fucking set foot on my field again, because I don't like that shit. I spent hours sitting in there and looking at shit and watching videos, and to did not get, you say 7, that is 13 motherfuckers that didn't listen. Grown men that didn't listen. You kidding me? And you're saying I'm not supposed to be upset about that? Come
No,
on,
I'm
bro.
just saying that you have to put it into context, bro. Some of those people are responding. Some of those people are on
But that,
opposite sides of the
I'm
map
not,
because they responding
and
to
I'll
a
give you
call
that.
that was made
I'll
to them.
give you that. But I'm saying, for the motherfucking giddy up, if you are not, bro, no, no. That means you are literally not paying attention. You're not respecting my time, effort, and my company's time and effort. I don't got time for that, bro. And you shouldn't,
But
and
it wasn't.
anyone
It
else
was.
either.
But it wasn't from the beginning, though.
It
Like
wasn't.
people did what they were told, and then they continued to do what they were told. There was literally, when I said that there were 7 people on A, the call before that was that everybody else, like, to help C, like, come help C, come help C. So people go over to C, and then me and and then I die somewhere,
Who
and
call,
I go back to A, and then I'm on A with Icarus and a couple other people, and half my team is still on C. Like, that's not their fault, though.
but
That's
no,
not their fault. They're there because they were called to be there,
I
or
literally
they
said they were
died
going to
and they're
call that. I
responding.
called that on C. I said, if we die, don't worry about it. That we're still going to go back to C, because that's okay. Because A is going to be on doing the thing. The C, and I didn't honestly, like, I'm not calling out C because I didn't know, and I put them in a fucking really really hard task. I didn't know if they're going to do that shit faster or slower or whatever the fuck the case may be. I had no clue. And I said I only wanted the ballistas down, but they ended up getting more than, they didn't. There's only one turret they didn't get on the whole side. I just wanted the horn ballistas, rotate ballistas, because those are
Well,
the
that's
main
what they
things. That's
did.
no, well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know, and that's why I haven't got to talk to them yet. We're sitting here having like an actual conversation, not just about like kill the fucking healers, which is common sense, but we're talking about, like, I have 200 crafts in 2 areas. I will cook for you, and I will make motherfucking cloth, armor, whatever. I have 200 now, and I think so is Icarus,
And
too.
for okay,
You understand
and
what I'm saying?
I want to say this. I want to say this right now because this is another thing that needs to be said. Hero and myself, we both, I guarantee it's not, doesn't need to go without saying that we rub people the wrong way. We don't we don't say this shit because we want to piss people off. We say this shit. I mean, obviously Hero cares, right? You can literally hear it, and he's saying shit that. And I literally tell him all the time. I give him shit for it constantly. I say, Hero, you need a lesson in PR. Like, you can say the same shit that you want to say in a different way where you're not gonna piss people off. But when it comes down to it, like, when emotions run high, like, you're not gonna get the PR response from Hero. You're gonna get the abrasive shit. Literally why he changed his company's name to Abrasive, because I would fucking clown him every single night about the fact that he's too abrasive and he's too forward with everybody. And it comes off as just being a dick or being patronizing or condescending. In reality, that's not what it is. He literally just wants to win. And, like, I know a lot of people have problems with him because of that. I know a lot of people have problems with me because I say shit like that too. And, like, don't read too much into it. It's just literally a game, and I just want to win the game. Like, that's it. I'm not here to fucking make enemies of anybody in the faction. I'm cool with people in purple. I'm not cool with anybody in yellow because there's nobody in yellow, but if there was, I would probably be cool with some of them too. Like, but in reality, when it comes down to it, I just want to see green win. I just want to see Green be stronger. I know Hero feels the same way, and the way that he can say things can come off as being a fucking dickhead. Like, and he knows that. I tell him that every fucking day too. But don't don't feel attacked personally. Just don't read into it. Like just know that Hero doesn't have a buffer, and it's nothing really personal against you or anyone else. Like it's just something that he just is incapable of censoring himself. And tell me if I'm wrong, Hero. Like tell me.
I'm not. I admit that, but you can hear it in my
Okay,
voice. Like it's not even just about like my time and effort.
exactly.
I
But
care
that's what
about
I'm saying.
every motherfucker's time and effort. I will
Exactly.
never
And
disrespect your shit, bro.
that's
Ever.
all I'm trying to
Yeah,
get
that's what I
across to
said
people, 'cause
yesterday in
I know
company. Like you can say whatever you want, but he means like well at the end of the day.
exactly.
Like,
Yeah. Like
like
at the end of
it
the
is what
day,
it is. And
yeah.
like
Like
in
don't.
biscuits, I'm telling you right now, if anybody tries to not play with people or anything like that, like you're not gonna be in this company. Like that's not gonna be a thing.
Yeah. Like don't like. Literally not here to shit on anybody in the faction. Like if you give me shit, I'm gonna give you shit back. Like that's the way that I am. Hero knows this. That's literally how me and Hero became
Bro,
friends on
Gar
the
literally
server.
called me a hunter gatherer and said that I couldn't keep my company and that everyone that hit 60 is just gonna join him. I still talk to this motherfucker on a
I,
daily. Like
I literally told you that last night,
last
Hero.
night. And bro, I literally said you a punk bitch, you're McDonald's and I'm fucking Burger King, and people sometimes like Burger King Whopper and some people like soft ass saucy Big Macs. Like he didn't get
Exactly.
offended. Like I swear on everything, bro. I don't
And
mean to hurt you. And if that's how you feel, bro, I swear on everything. The only person I even remotely had a problem with that one time was Buggy. You know the first words I said to Buggy when I talked to him? Fuck you, Buggy. And I became friends with that motherfucker like 10 minutes after. Because to me, he's explained like, hey, I didn't mean it that way, and this is what it was, and yada
I
yada.
explained that to you
Well,
actually.
I mean, but I'm saying when he said it, I listened.
Yeah.
When you said it, I said, you know what the fuck he's saying. But when a man speaks, I listen. Like I just come from a different area from the majority of you guys, and I take people at their word. Like it's just how I
Face
am.
value.
At face value, exactly. So like I swear on everything. And you can hear it in my voice. Like I'm actually like I have like angry motherfucking tears because like losing that shit hurt. Knowing that people were like fucking around, like especially when I like didn't sleep, hurt. Like not like oh my god I'm gonna cry, like cut myself. Like I said like oh shit, like fuck bro, like so
They're
much wasted time.
not as invested in the success
Exactly.
as you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
kind of
like
like a fuck you, you know. Like
Yeah.
exactly. And
Exactly.
when it comes down to it, like I did say a lot of shit today because you know what? Like even I'm not in Hero's company, but Hero's my boy, and honestly, I was hurt for him by the fact that people were more willing to sign up for the other shit and risk running over into the invitation to the Everfall War because Hero has literally been at every single person, whether you like Hero or not.
It's
He
only
has
literally
literally been
one
there
war, two
to every
wars.
war.
One for Odin's party. They didn't pick me, and one for they literally kicked me out. And I showed up in the Discord and everything. And then one for, or no, maybe two for Ghost. But I asked, they needed me both times, and they're like, no, we don't need you here. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go continue gathering fucking fibers. So
So
like,
like just what it gets down to, literally none of us are rooting against any of the rest of
I'm
us.
not. I really am.
Like the better that we all do, the better we all are. Like in all honesty, like that's just what it comes down to. Like, and I just want to squash all that infighting shit because it's just not worth it. Like it's not worth it. It just makes playing more miserable. Like if you don't want me to fuck around with you and you don't want me to troll with you, then I won't. I'll just keep trolling with Hero. That's it. Like, but
I'll
that's
troll
just
you,
what I
bro.
gotta say. And Rippity,
Oh,
yeah, I'll fucking
Bro,
call you a
Rip said he was gonna fuck me and my girlfriend. Like,
did I?
yeah, remember
Okay, but
remember we
Oh,
had a
really?
threesome,
Rip,
the
whoa, Rip,
threesome and the
Wait,
titties.
whoa.
Remember?
what did you
I'm
say
gonna go
though?
make
What did you
dinner.
answer?
All right.
See you
Alright,
guys.
Yo,
yeah.
this was just a
Yeah.
group hug,
Yeah.
alright?
Did I?
Like I forgot when. It's on video. I've been going through most of the video, so maybe I'll clip it. I said she had big ass boobies. He's like, yeah, we doing a threesome. I was like, oh, okay, bet. You don't remember
But I
that?
told it,
Oh,
it
yeah, you're talking about your girlfriend's titties to me.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm like, yeah,
yeah.
if you're gonna keep offering, I'm like,
yeah. But I mean, his girlfriend's titties aren't even the prize. It's his. They're even bigger.
Oh, bro, they're big, but not that big. Oh fuck, dude. Like I'm like, if it took this war to like get clapped and everyone fucking kumbaya, like this moment, I'm cool with it. I just want to win. And if I can cook something, if my hunter gatherers can fucking get something for you, like I'm literally about to go farm some motherfucking shock spires for their goddamn item. Like I literally have people on that shit all the time.
And like I said earlier, like every single night at around 9:30. Sometimes it gets pushed back to 10. We literally do an entire circuit of gear score run. Like I've invited Wana before. I've invited Icarus and his guys before. Literally anybody I see who are like, yo, looking for a Merc guard group. I'm like, yo, if they're green, I'm inviting them. Like it doesn't matter to me, like what company you're in, as long as we're getting stronger together. Like because the
Mhm.
stronger that fucking Ghouls is, the stronger that I am. The stronger that Heroes Company is, the stronger that I am. Like the stronger that I am, the stronger that you all are. Like it's like I told Hero, like and like Hero said, like the companies exist for a reason because when it comes down to it, there's a smaller community that you enjoy playing with on the regular, but overall we're a larger community. Like and just like it's better to help each other out. Like when we can,
So
it's counterintuitive to fucking try
Mhm.
to fuck each other over.
the
Oh, yeah,
runs last
absolutely.
about an hour and a half, and we go from all 64 plus zones. We go from Reekwater to Eternal Pools, and we go up to Scorched Mines and then Merc. We try to do it as quick as possible, but like a lot of the time, it takes a little bit to get organized at the start. But
It will be 1000% easier if you also join the Discord. You don't have to talk if you don't want to talk, but just the fact that you're in the Discord and being able to listen until you know the route, until you're comfortable like not having to listen to what's going on, listen to where we're going, just join the Discord and just listen. Like I'm not saying you can't talk. If you want to talk and bullshit with us, like we literally just bullshit the whole time. And if you want to do that, that's fine. But if you plan on being there at the run, just please join the Discord so that way we can keep it as efficient as possible. Because just with
It'll
20
get
to 30
crazy.
people, yeah, just with
yeah, it's
20 to
already
30
fucking
people,
crazy.
it's already a fucking zoo. And that's with my company only. And with like Aldwin and like and Solex and shit like that. Like everybody is welcome, but just try to help us keep that shit organized so that way it doesn't become a mess. Because the minute it becomes a mess is the minute the people who put it on for us are going to stop wanting to do that. Like
Which
since
Discord do you use?
Nova
we use
Legion.
we use Novas because right now it's just our company who's running it, and we just invite whoever is joining us to join into the Discord. But if it doesn't need to be our Discord. If people are against using Nova's Discord, I'll tell my guys to go into Vanguard Valor or whatever the fuck it is. It's just we're the only ones running it right now, so we're naturally using our Discord.
I think that could be a good idea. It'll make it easy for more
Gar, I
stand-up.
want to apologize for all the shit talk, but you can't read the trolls in chat, so sometimes
I
fucking
know,
things
yeah,
get misread and shit. So
I understand. And like I said,
also, I
I don't.
just pulled a bow out of the crate and it's got Ruinous on it. It's
Mm.
green, but it'd be good for any siege player that's running bow.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing too. Like, it doesn't have to be the best PvP as long as it just fucking smacks those siege shit. Like, as
That'll
long
look
as
good in
it does the
faction.
job it needs to do. So.
Yeah, just like that's your like incentive. Kill the siege as fast as possible. You get to switch to your other bow and like go pew pew.
Exactly.
He's
Exactly.
36%.
Or switch to whatever
Oh.
else it is. So.
Oh. Like I leveled everything, so I can play bow. Like I like playing bow muskets. So
Yeah.
I mean,
And
honestly, I'll do
I've
whatever.
that too.
Fuck you, I'm swapping the bar
Literally
already. I already did it.
another benefit to doing these large elite elite runs with us during in these large groups is you can literally take a weapon that you want to level up. You don't need to take your fucking main DPS shit. Take a musket, take a bow, take some shit that you don't have at level 20 and tag a mob because you're gonna get a fucking 120 weapon XP off these level 64s. Like I've literally leveled weapon completely and then also my musket from 1 to 13 in like 3 days. It just is so beneficial to actually do this shit.
Or
And
your
like
luck gear. If you
yeah,
don't have
I
luck
mean
gear, I have
yeah,
some for
exactly.
you.
You don't even need to run fucking your full heavy DPS or heavy armor and shit like that. Like run your luck gear, run shit that you don't need to repair after. Like run a fucking shit set of greens with luck on it so that way at the end of the run you repair it for 50 gold instead of having to repair your shit, you know? Like not saying you have to do that, but these are just things to think about to help make the runs more efficient for you and your company and shit like
And
that.
if you have a house put a luck trophy, it's ever since I've done that, bro, my drops have been fucking
It's
like
about 5% even for the minor trophies.
yes, it is. So like just to add to this, like when people, even when I recruit people or when they say, hey, I'm looking for a club, I literally tell them, I'm honest, I'm like, yo, we're a small club growing. said Gar has lost 60s. I said Rip has the PvP. I said I haven't really got to know ghouls. I said I don't really know Odin Party, and I don't know Death. I said, but Odin's like the family friendly, but obviously now they're Green Ghoul or Green Ragnarok. So they're the family friendly people. So like if you got like children shit's probably where you want to go. Say Gar's a bitch if you want to him. I said Rip's always in the field. Like, something happening in PvP. Him and his biscuit flaky dudes are like flaking all over the fucking place. Like I literally,
Crumbly.
I like to me, like I said this last night. Like take a long conversation with Gar. I've said it multiple times. But I don't. If you don't want to be here, I don't want you to be here. And I know that I am abrasive. So like I literally
This is
give
part
people.
of that exactly.
I literally give people the options before they even join me, so they know. So that's why the people that have joined are so tight because they know, like, hey, like if Hero's saying something, and like I really wish you could see, like me. The first day I tell like, hey, you should probably do this build instead. I got roasted by a lot of people, and then eventually they finally listened. Like I'm a meta whore, and I read a lot of meta shit. So like, if you're looking for like meta stuff, like or conversation, I like we can have that conversation. And I even duel people outside for no ass reason after we do the runs now, just to like get an understanding. No one wants to find my paladin build. Can't beat it. But like I'm saying,
I'll fight you next patch.
Fuck
So.
that build. All right,
You're fucked.
everybody is actually legally
Can't wait.
allowed to lose respect for Hero because he duels with the life
That's
staff.
bro. It's still valid. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm gonna be so mean to healers. Just for all the fucking naked shit they did to us.
Once we, I mean, gear scores up. Like I said, I can make 560 shit depending on what the stuff is, and then I need to get my third house, which is what
Yo,
I'm working the money on, and then I'll be able to make decent armor, bro. But
we've been going on this long-winded ass shit. Me and you dominating the conversation. Like, does literally anybody else have anything that they need to say, that they want to say? They want to say "fuck you, Guardian." They want to say "fuck you, Hero." Literally,
I got
this is
something
it.
to say. You go first, other guy.
I think that was an echo, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Is that
somebody's
really?
talking into
Oh,
a metal
okay. It
bucket.
didn't
What was
sound like
that?
my voice, but I guess recordings be like that.
Yo, are people
So,
using honing stones?
yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
but not as much as they should be. So that's another thing. That's like what I'm talking about
That's macro game that I
with
talk
group
about.
leads. With group leads like tank lead, tank lead passes down constitution food to the tanks, right? Uh, DPS lead, whoever that's going to be in your company, passes down honing stones to whoever it is that's going to be in the war. It's like it's just something that we need to be more organized on. Like you should have someone in your company who makes your company honing stones. If you don't have someone in your company who can do that, hit up me, hit up Hero, hit up what I'm sure Ghouls has somebody. I'm sure everybody has somebody. But if you don't, if for some reason your guy isn't online, hit up another company. We're gonna have.
okay, my turn. So I'm not in any of the major guilds. I'm just in my tiny little buds guild of like 5 people, 3 of which are active. Just from my perspective, before this Discord, I thought there was legit beef between Hero and Gar.
Exactly, and that's what I've tried to explain. That's not the
Let him
case.
finish, sir. God damn.
Yeah, what I'm getting at is you guys are, you know, kind of big shots in the Marauder faction chat, right? So uh if people who don't join these war discords or you know don't pay too close attention don't get the context of like what the nature of the beef or lack thereof is, they might actually think, oh, like the faction's imploding, fuck it, I'll go server transfer, I'll go faction transfer. So I would just say I'm not going to tell you guys to not like give each other shit. It's how men bond, it's fine. But maybe dial it down in the public faction chats.
All right.
Talk
You
about
know what?
PR.
You're
Yeah.
actually right about that.
Yes, I agree. I can calm that down for them because it's perception. And it's
Yeah.
what you're talking about is perception. Yeah, just like the perception of me is dick until you actually get to talk to me. Like, oh, I actually dick.
It's 2 dicks.
Yeah, he's still a dick, but just not a hard dick. He's like soft.
Okay.
The flaccid dick.
There you
I
go.
know all about that. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm with you on that. Understood. I'm saying it might happen occasionally, but like on a daily
Targeted.
basis, yeah. Like, I understand what you're saying.
We also think about
Fuck
a different way of dealing with comms. A handful of times I'm following the wrong orders because it's for someone else. I'm trying to follow as best as I can, but having
Well,
50
that
people yelling,
Well, for
I'm
that,
trying
you
to follow.
literally you need to understand what group you're in because we call it out. We say group 1 through 4, you need to go to C. Like you need to understand your one job is to know what group you're in. That is literally it. That is your one job in the war.
Yeah, I
What
said
group are
before
you
the
in,
war
and
that
what
Gar was
is your
calling
group
A
doing?
side. So
Like if we say 5 to 8 to A and you're in 4 and you go to A, that's on you. Like you need to be understanding of where you need to be because where your group is. Don't worry about where the other people in your group are because they're probably fucking not listening either. But if you hear 1 to 4 C and you're in 4, you go to C. Like we can't like before we had it to where only the group leads would talk, and it was actually pretty efficient. But the problem is that everybody that's playing has information. When a group lead dies and the other 4 guys in that group are alive, that group lead can't talk, and those other 4 people can't talk because there's no information there. Like we have to give everybody the ability to talk, so that way the information is actually being shared to everybody in the war. Just listen to the like. What I ask is like let your group leads talk first. If your group lead is not saying something that needs to be said, that's when you talk. Like contribute like pertinent information to the conversation and to the calls. Like we don't need like oh, I'm fighting this healer over here. Like yeah, we're all fighting healers, or we're not, but we should be
It
fighting
should
healers
be.
all over the place, right?
Yeah, if you're
So
like
it's
if it's
like
Chadwick or something, yeah. But
exactly, yeah, call out the important shit.
yeah.
But just know what group you're in. That right there will literally solve like 90% of the issues of where you need to be and who you need to be listening to.
So for me, like there's only 2 people I talk to in regards to war. That's why when I die, I went quiet because I have no information. Me saying do this from the fucking spawn point is the dumbest shit I could do as a leader because then I'm gonna give you bad information. So at that point, Gar saying this on A, Havocor is a tank, and people are gonna gun for me because they actually know how to kill healers. So I even though I got a million plus healing, I still got killed like I think 5 6 times. But I'm dodging, running around and shit. So like it's really hard to make that call. So I've built rapport with those 2 people in regards to call, and then and I like effect. Like effect wasn't as vocal as like I wanted him to be, but he eventually he would be like, hey, we get this that like solid call outs to those people like that aren't used to leader positions will come up, and so like if you're to me if you see something in your call out, if you're in my ward, I'm gonna be like, yo, this man like is calling something. Same for Rip. Rip just doesn't use the Discord, he uses in-game mic. It's the people that I know. To me, the people that are giving information are of value. If you're talking to me and giving me that information of value, I look at you differently. I don't look at you as like like well people look at me for it's just an asshole. I look at you like that's somebody that's gonna give me. I need to understand so the war. So when I'm quiet, it's because I don't know shit. I can't make a call at that point. So when I made the call when I was making the calls when I came back from the spawn, those are what the things that I noticed. So like I'll be like, okay, there's 15 here. We should be on C. Because if there's 15 there, we should have 20. Because and besides me, so 19, right? Because I'm dead. We should be outnumbering them. And the problem is people are fighting the wrong people. It comes down to that shit. The thing like we always say, and then we do it too late. The healers gotta go. And the fucking point doesn't matter until we clear the assholes that are around that point. Once we clear them, then we could sit on that shit. So like if you go look at wars, which I did, you'll see a lot of them don't jump on the point right away. They're there to make sure they get rid of the healers, and then what are the melee going to do? They're going to have to get on point on you. If they get on point with you and you're outnumbering them, what happens? You die. You learn this from Outpost Rush. You learn this from group PvPing, which is rare in the server. You'll learn those things. That's why Outpost Rush is important. I got a lot of information for Outpost. I hate that shit. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, it's boring, but it gives me good money and good
I like
EXP,
it.
and I know where to stand a little bit, better now in that regard. So like a lot of people who want to do the wars, you should be doing again. I with you if you don't like it. Trust me, but it's actually informative for positioning like who could do what damage because you get to learn who can hurt you because you're
Makes
fighting
my
random
queues
people.
faster.
Also,
and
I
the queue's
want to throw
faster.
it out there too. I want to throw it out there too that after our chest runs and shit like that, we basically use that as a nightcap for the day, right? Like we're just basically all going out chilling, pretty much autopilot. You just follow the herd. But literally after that, for the past week, me and like fucking 10 of my guys and Hero, we literally just go outside at fucking Everfall and we'll just fight. We'll literally just duel for hours because it's fun. Like it just makes you a better PvPer. Like it's just if people want to join in on that, come fucking play. Like come fight us. Like I
I'll
don't.
deal with everybody. I think.
I'm trying. I'm literally just. I just am trying to help make everybody better. Like company. If it's not my company, that's fine. I'm still trying to make you better because if you're better, I'm better. If I'm better, you're better. Like that's
And if
just
you
the way
want
that.
tips, just like let us know. Like, how do you beat this? Like, how do I beat
Yeah.
you? Just like when,
If you're
like let us know. Like, what should I watch for? Like the stamina. Like a lot of different things. If you watch for them, you can really get advantage on people.
Big advantage. Like knowing that like low can have fucking 4 hills. Lowering that medium could literally have fucking 6. Did you know that? If they especially
heals.
if they have spirit, no rolls. I
Oh,
said hills.
roll.
Sorry, rolls. Rolls are dodges, whatever you want to call them. Like it depends. Like certain weapons give you more shit. Like fucking rapier can give you literally 7 plus fucking evade, and evade has low cool, but no one uses that around here. But yeah, evade. So people that rapier can literally just dance around somebody for fucking ever. Low and mediums just obviously they hop around. Low it's 7. Like shit like that. Like that's what I was teaching my guys in the Everfall thing. So when we were getting beat up by a hatchet mother, I said once he does that little slippy, the little berserk thing, he can't be seen for a little bit. Let him do his thing. When that shit goes, but I think it's like 8 seconds of shit. Then we're gonna CC him. We're gonna fucking knock him down. So like at this point, we're literally just doing a war of attrition. We kill, stay alive. Okay, done. Boom. And these are 30s and 40s that are doing this shit. I'll say, all right, gravity well, gravity well. Count 2. Gravity well's done. Reap him. Reaped. He can't fucking move. And then after that, I always run sword and shield with my staff. I'm switching. I'm sorry. I'm shield bashing him. Like those type of things. Like the thing I've been cleaning up. Macro play in green is hard. It's because we don't see as fashion. So like you can literally stun lock the shit out of people, and I see this a lot in wars, and this war included. People will do gravity well, and you'll see another person do a gravity well, or you'll see a stun, and the person will just start like regular hitting. And the reality is, if you just stun someone like with either like shockwave, shield bash, riposte, those are 2-second stuns. You can get a heavy attack on that and not move. And heavy attacks do more damage, and depending on your builds, you're either going to lower their defense, or you're going to get more. You're going to get refresh timers, or you're going to get like less stamina on them. There's a lot to go over in parts of the weapon. So like those things to me are like something that we lack. And then whenever the perfect example is when I got fucking killed on Seaside, someone hit a gravity well, then they waited, and then the fucker hit me with reap. Then he waited. Then he charged me. Then someone hit me with the fucking ice wall. Like they literally made it where I couldn't move because they understood that they just throwing shit out to throw shit out is not efficient. And if you want to be efficient, you're gonna have to learn, what the person next to you can do for you and what you could do for them. So just food for thought for those people that are more interested in getting stronger in people.
Does anyone else have anything that they want to say before?
And if you guys are want to queue for Outpost Rush, I always hit up a lot of the biscuits guys. We all queue up all the time.
Same for Nova. We're always queued. Like we always have at least 10 guys, 10, 15 people queued.
Outpost Rush seems dead during the day these days, though.
One thing that I did notice, I don't know why, or maybe if this was a mistake, but I feel like Radme should 100% be in the flank groups, like all the time, like all the time, always in the flank group. Like he literally does that for a fucking living.
Yep. That's how he is. I think he got put into Mages this group, but
No, it wasn't Mages. So the whole point of what I did was to make
Yo,
Outpost
Hero,
Rush
come
red.
run. Yo, Hero, come run.
Oh, I'm in a war.
Come run Brightwood with us.
Okay.
By the way, Nova's running Brightwood right now.
What was I gonna say? What are you saying? Oh, Rad.
We have
No,
it
so
at 55.
there's Rad has like people he's PvP with all the time open world. So you typically want to keep on there. Adding red and rip in the same thing would be fucking amazing. The problem, then I don't know how the heals were for his thing, but I noticed that was the best fucking heal in all the wars. Everyone was over 800k, close to a mil. I think there was like 3 people with a mil. That's
Yo,
not
if we
normal.
can,
That's
so let
literally
me.
not normal. It's,
I don't mean to cut you off, real
go
quick,
ahead.
but if we can get, so we brought Brightwood to 55% right now. Brightwood and Restless Shores are both owned by the same exact company. If we can get other Marauders to run Restless Shores and we can declare on both Restless Shores and Brightwood tonight, we can literally split them because their wartime is going to be at the same time. We don't have to send everybody to Restless or everybody to Brightwood, but if we can do that, we have a better chance of winning. So if we can get people down there to run Restless, I mean, like, this is going to be some
We,
of our best shot of actually winning a war.
we
I don't
should
know.
literally like flip everything. Like
Yeah, well,
literally
that's what
flip
I'm
that,
trying to.
flip Reek Water, flip Weavers, like everything.
Well, I don't.
Fuck
Who's
them.
running Reek right now? Rip, you're running Reek, right?
No.
I
They're
don't
not
know
running. I
who's
think
running.
Ghouls were running that at some point, but I don't think they stopped.
But I mean, like, if we can get some, even if it's not one company, if it's 2 companies, out to Restless, so that way we can start running that also. Like, if we can just start declaring on them, we're gonna win eventually. But if we never declare wars, we're never gonna win. We can't keep up with them. We have to actually declare more wars.
Requires money, sir. I
But
only
like
got my
you,
little
so
hunter
this is
gatherer
this
Yeah,
is
for
I'm
some,
still in
6K.
520s. I'm trying to get back. Spending all my money.
yeah.
Hold on.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Come run the gear score runs with us, bro. Like,
Dude, I'm in 580s, 590s. I'm trying to finish in gear score right now. I'm farming mages as we speak. I don't waste my time. Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm at 7K.
Hey.
So technically, I could run. Paying, honestly, you're paying, if you're paying for attack, for the record, you're paying for the higher thing. It's literally just for siege weaponry, and we don't have a dedicated siege team that we can't keep them up. So paying for the lowest tier is not even a, honestly, it's really not.
Nah.
Unless you actually get a dedicated siege. So just a food for again for the 5K, 7.5 will get you.
Yeah, if we can, yeah, I don't know. I would challenge for Restless Shore just so I can rename the company Shrek's fucking swamp. But yeah,
Run it tonight if you can. I mean, the PvP missions in Restless are so short. Like, it's literally a circle that's fucking takes like 10 minutes, maybe. Maybe. I like probably 5 minutes actually.
One other thing I'd like to add is we definitely need fucking music bot for wars, dude. Like, what's going on here?
oh, I got you.
That's
It's
zero.
fucking ridiculous, dude. I'm not having tunes for too long. There we go. There we go.
Let me know if you ever want me to play that. Just start screaming "Party Boy." I got you.
Everybody just has to fucking pump their fist before the war. Just super hype. Just play some fucking bangers and pump your fist, bro.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I think it would be pretty strategical to put Restless and Brightwood into war on the same day. By the
Yeah,
way,
that's what I'm.
if you
That's
wanted
what I'm.
to split them,
Well, that's what I'm saying. We're running them
Three
right now.
wars.
That's what I'm asking if we can get another set of Marauders running the Restless
oh,
missions.
sorry, I just got back here.
Brightwood
How
has
much?
an invasion coming. Can you declare while there's an invasion?
But we can run the PvP though. Is what
Yeah,
is what we're
and
doing right
lock
now.
it.
Yeah, so we'll lock it.
Yeah, Ghouls, we're gonna try to get Reekwater. I know it's worthless, but just in case we do have server merges.
Yeah, dude, we just need some
gonna-
fucking territory.
I'm gonna put it
Yeah,
out
dude.
there.
I don't even care.
I'm gonna put it out there right now that probably the absolute best territory to take going into the future is gonna be Evanscale. Like right now it's a money sink, but as soon as they release those new territories, whenever that may be,
True.
I honestly think it's gonna be sooner rather than later because they need something to keep us here. Like they literally need something to keep the player base here. Evanscale is going to be the best spot because it's going to be the gateway into those new zones. It's going to be the closest territory to those areas.
True.
So
It looks dope too.
Do we
also
know
Yeah,
for a
Mr.
fact that it's going to
Pandaria.
be the
Nicest
zone
looking
next to
territory.
Evenscale?
Yes, it is. It's a fact. So
You
all
can
the
kinda see
stuff
it
that's
above
coming to all of
what
it,
you're saying.
the expansion coming is top of the map.
Well, yeah, but there's a lot of top of the map. There's the other corner by
Morningdale.
Morningdale
Morningdale as well,
potentially.
yeah.
We'll see.
I just wanted to say, as a new guy, like this was my second war, so I'm really trying, but I realize I'm pathetic as much as I am, but really was hard to track where I was going. I didn't show up early enough. I'll do better next time on that. I'm totally up for some kind of a training on the area and what we're calling different things, and like if you're gonna set up like a tutorial or something for all of that, I'd totally be in.
We'll do
And I
that.
need to
We'll do that.
not be melee because I honestly that's probably not my strength. I probably ought to switch to musket or something because I could bound on siege towers all day and be perfectly happy as long as I feel like I'm supporting.
It's
But
literally
that's not my
helpful.
role. Yeah.
Yeah, we need
So
more
I
musket
was
users. So
getting no like
musket or
honestly.
bow, I
We need
guess.
musket,
muskets.
musket,
Okay.
Yeah, must.
All
or
right.
both. Honestly, you could
Actually,
run both.
both's getting buffed to shit. So yeah, consider both.
Yeah, honestly, so like that's the thing. When musket with our musket players, if they run bow secondary, they can shoot the siege weaponry. They can when their bow shit is on cooldown, they just look down on point, use it, and go back to using a musket on the fucking
Yep.
siege shit.
That's
Like
exact. That's what I
Yeah.
do.
yeah.
So
That
Poison shot, and rain of arrows.
I just and I wanted to say, and I probably get cream for this, but it was really hard to track where the hell I was supposed to go. I had my group number, but I didn't hear my number hardly at all, and I had no. I mean, I really was listening,
no.
and
What group number
I
were
had,
you?
4.
I was also 4. 4 had some technical issues going on where we didn't have everyone showing up in the group.
Right?
I don't know why, because it looked like when you looked at Army, there was like people there, but yeah, so I don't know what was going on there.
also like also it's not just on you guys who are listening for the calls. It's also on us who are making the calls because if you actually go back and watch the VOD from this last Everfall war, have a core that says for 5 through 8 to go back to C. That's not where 5 and 8 should have been. 5 and 8 it was supposed to be on A. So as
Yeah,
shot
that was.
callers, we need to do better. Like that's on us to do better. Like when we're calling that shit and then we're getting upset. So this is going back to you, Hero, when people saying like, oh, people aren't where they're supposed to be.
Yeah,
Some of
that
that is
call was
sometimes
made.
on us.
Yeah.
Sometimes that shit is on us when we're making the wrong call. We're telling people to go to the wrong place. So as much as everybody needs to work on being more responsive to the calls that we're making, we need to be better at making calls on where people need to go correctly.
Yeah, I said that. I said we need to give actual directive to that. That's why I try to put the numbers and make sure that they were in that group and they're split into that group. Because if we say we do the usual Zerg and you're like flank team and then or whatever anti flank team, like if you give someone a number, like it's I mean, and again, it's not talking shit to people. Just identify with that shit when you understand. You know, if you're if you say flank team,
It's just more simple.
yeah, it's just
Literally,
more simple.
keep it simple, stupid. Like when you're dealing with
Facts.
50 different people and you're trying to keep something organized, it's never gonna happen when you have an overly complicated plan because people are gonna be on different pages of understanding.
What?
You got to keep it as simple as possible.
Would
Name
if
them
we
like
were all
Team
on the
Falcon and Team Elephant, and like Team Elephants 1 through 4. I know they're fucking elephants.
This is why we
Shut up,
win
Rippy.
every war.
That will fucking work. Whatever.
Holy
I
fuck.
have some
I'll
other
go with elephant.
feedback.
That's
So,
memorable.
Hero,
It- good.
you were talking a lot when you were explaining the plan. You're a fast talker, my friend. I think having it written down, some kind of copy pasta for the Discord chat or something, like in
Actually,
Vanguard's
here.
Valor last war we had visual aids and like group assignments and stuff.
The reason why I'm
Yeah.
fast talking because I'm getting 25
He's running
signups
out of
in the
time.
fucking
I'm
12
I'm
minutes.
not blaming you.
No,
I'm not
I know you're
blaming
not.
you.
I swear I'm not taking it personally. I get 12. I'm trying to set up this. Then I gotta explain this. Then I'm not. And then like my visual. And again, this is because I literally walked around the map, and I was just so like I'm trying to speed. That's why I was like, okay, I'm gonna literally trying to explain 2 days worth of planning into fucking like 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
it's like
bitch.
it's a bitch, and that's why I'm like, bro, sign up, get here. I know where you are, and if you just come talk to me, all I do is play this fucking game. I'm a fucking loser. Like I'm aware of that. So just come and be a loser with me for 10 minutes, and then 2 days later, you know exactly where you're going. And I don't even have to tell you anything. Bro,
If we go to Havoc's boot camps, like hopefully we can fix all that shit there. Like we'll have a way better understanding going in than we do. So we don't have to rush through shit. We can simplify it before we go out, get our food and shit sorted, and then go.
I totally would do a boot camp. It would help. Thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
Havoc's trying to set that up. So we just need to make that boot camp more efficient. We need to know exactly what everybody needs to know, and not just try to make ourselves better PvPers. Let's try to set ourselves up to be better at war, like more organized, so we don't have to organize right before the war.
Yep.
Would really appreciate that. It's
Everybody would appreciate it.
yeah,
honestly.
and like again, we have to start talking about, like, I know you guys don't want to do this because of what happened with Desolate, but we're not Desolate. I'm not about that drama shit. We literally would need to consider condensing. Like I'm whether whoever it is, like I'm not against, but like as
You
a
can
console
join.
shit,
It's
but like
okay, Hero.
How do you go about condensing? So
That's
what,
the
like
problem.
so if we have all of the good players in one guild, they just own 4 or 5 territories and they just go into every war. Like that's
Well,
that
we
kind of
can't.
seems a bit
Can't do that.
complicated.
No, yeah, can't do that.
Wait,
It wouldn't.
say that again? One more time.
So
Is that
say
what condensing means? Combining guilds?
Yes.
well, combining all the people that are very interested in wars, basically. Yeah,
No, I was
pretty sure that's
referring
what
to
he's meaning,
condensing
right?
in a war into a stronger companies. And that I know that's
Yeah.
really hard for people to do that shit. But the reality is, and I'm pretty sure you heard it in my voice today, I respect everyone because I understand everyone's doing the same thing. But in fuck, more people obviously have more time. But in like my, again, my ass, I understand that. But I never. My thing is, until this moment, I never felt like there was someone that I could join and be a part of. But if every person right here is talking like this, and in real life, and it's way more mature than I thought. I was expecting someone to be like, "Fuck you, you're this, that, yada yada." But the fact that people like apologizing, like that to me just shows like that could possibly happen. I'm not saying it has to, I'm saying it could possibly happen. Because if I have to explain the shit to, let's see, we have at Suzuki, I had like I said, a new guy. I had fucking Nova. I had Bulls. I had Death Inc. I had like literally like 8 different companies, and a lot of the like the baby companies. If you're down, like I've said it before, Rips PvP. Nova's got good McDonald's Whoppers and really soft and pussy. Like if you like someone who's hard ass and is gonna meta whore, again, I don't know Judge. I'm sorry. And then I don't really know
You're good.
Waterkill. And then there's Icarus, and Icarus is like one of the few people I guess that own a fucking place now. Yeah, and then Havocor has this little 10 people company that own Monarchs, and then yeah, so like the reality is we're ape strong together. Rico's
Like-
Roughnecks, like they had a forum, like gotta absorb each other. If it gets worse and if it gets bad from here on out, like I'm willing to have that conversation. Is what I'm saying.
But I mean, that already
but-
happens though. Like when companies dissolve, like ghouls absorbed Odins, right?
It'll probably naturally happen.
And before it just naturally happens as companies dissolve because people stop playing, whatever it may be. Like it just happens over time. But like I do agree it is beneficial for some of the smaller, like if you got a 5-man company and you're with your boys, like you
Bring
can
them,
you
please.
can play with your boys, you can
In
play with
another
your
company.
boys in a big company, and not only will you guys benefit from that, but also it just benefits literally everybody. Like you're gonna be exposed to a lot more players who are more willing to help you out constantly. And dude, in like I can't speak from experience on in any other companies. I would hope that it would be the same, but literally in my company, if you ask like if you're on a mission, yo, I need help on this fucking quest, I need help making this thing, Stakos is gonna answer you, and he's gonna answer you before you even ask, bro. Like he's literally just one of the most helpful people I've ever met, not only in this game, and not only on a game, but literally in real life. Like this dude is literally just always there. And if you're in a company that's too small to have someone like that for you all the time, like join a bigger company. Like help yourself. Like it's just more beneficial. Like
That's pretty much what I'm saying as well. But like, if this kumbaya moment actually lasts, and from this fucking horrible debacle, and the fact that I said I'm sure what other leaders felt like, this is a great moment for that condensing for the lower people. Like, hey, like the leaders are getting along, and we can make these other bigger companies stronger. With me and my 5 groups that work at Hooters or whatever the fuck. I'm just saying, like, come serve me some chicken, and we could be homies too. That's what I'm basically trying to imply. But also the bigger thing is not out of like the guard knows how I feel, so in that regard, and I understand some people are really jaded from the shit I wasn't around for, in regards to Desolate. So I don't do that, and I'm glad I got
A
to
lot of
meet
people, a
some
lot of players
people's
now
characters today.
don't even know that though. A lot of
Yeah,
people now are just that shit is bygones. Like people don't even know
Yeah,
what
they've
happened.
never been part of a raffle. They're lost.
Never, none of these people have been part of raffles, bro.
Okay, but you understand what I'm
No, I
saying?
won that raffle.
I don't know who
You won
it.
shit, buddy. What did you win?
Yeah,
I won 10K the first one.
Yeah, he
Oh,
did.
really?
Yep, I remember Gun Kate or something like that.
On that note, though, I would really like to get to know some of the people more. Like, and hopefully, like my true, I guess the word would characters shown today. And I'm not as much of a dick as you think.
He's just abrasive.
If
Literally.
you need help, bro, I will help you. If you fucking make something, I'll help you. I've, like I said before, it's a little bit of a tote, but at the same time, it's true. I've before I met anyone here, I was solo because all my guys that asked me to play this game have quit. I was soloing 580 weapons. People were asking for help because they're too fucking trash to do it themselves. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, so if you need something, like, just come to me. I'm literally on all the fucking time, and I'm just farming.
All right, spend the week making great axes and bring me the best one.
I'm
No,
not.
bring me the best one.
Weapon.
You
I
get the
don't
second
have.
best one.
You know, I have all the recipes for the.
Well, you
for
guys
the
can't have
weapons.
it all.
Literally, I just don't
Okay,
have
you
the
get the
level.
third one.
Get the third one.
I just need the levels. I'm actually 124, and I have all the current schematics for weapons. I don't know if any of them are good. And a lot of people don't know too. I've been trying to tell you guys this, like literally about a month and a half ago. Every named monster has a 600 gear score weapon or jewelry or armor, and we need to we need to search some shits and go fucking kill them once we get this gear score up.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
So
there's a
gear
really good
ourselves
one.
that way.
Nihilo Visage drops a Dex crit ring. So if you need Dex crit, which you do, you should go and farm Nihilo Visage,
But
world boss.
You're going to
And
need a couple
also,
of
if
things. You need luck gear. You're going to need a house, and you're going to need those luck trophies. Like that,
if
you're
you
not
guys,
getting it without it. I'm sorry.
if anyone here doesn't have ill-gotten gains at this point, if people in your company don't have it and they don't have something better yet, go run lower slag mines and get that amulet because it is so good. It will literally hold you over until you find something that's just much better. But it is honestly insanely good. It's an easy farm to do. You just kill one like little captain who spawns like every
He
2
has a
minutes.
musket.
Yeah, and he also drops a good musket. Like it's just a good run. Like if you need to know these things, like where do I get an amulet? Where do I get the like literally just hit us up. I've been straight no lifing this shit. I have like 600 hours on this shit. I'm sure Hero has the same amount. Like
Yes,
we
sir.
know shit. We know shit that we shouldn't know. Like
Please don't say that out loud again, though. But yeah, 600 hours is pretty bad.
How many?
600 hours.
Oh, watch this.
600 hours. 600 hours. 600.
if you type
Got him.
Ah,
Hey, thank you guys for having me. Appreciate it. I love you guys.
love you, buddy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of shit that needed to be said, and I'm glad that all of that shit was said because, I mean, it was going nowhere fast for us. I mean, no one's saying that this is gonna turn things around, but it's a start, and we got to start somewhere.
I have a good feeling about it. I have a good feeling about the chats we had tonight. I think we did come together a little bit better than we have before and talked about shit that was more meaningful than we normally do.